Um, hey everybody. This is Mr. Superboy, also known as Harvey Superboy, and this is
Vordeer 92, aka Unflagging 92, and we have some important news to bring to you.
you know, for the last week or so, people have been chomping at the bit to say that the black community is going to riot, which I knew he wasn't going to riot because the last time we ever rioted, to be perfectly honest with you, it wasn't just black people. It was over 20-some years ago when the Rodney King verdict happened, and you had people of different ethnic groups, economic standing, took advantage of a situation. And people on the right, politicians or opportunists or race hustlers, tried to say that the black community is going to riot, they're going to do this, if the verb don't go this way and everything. And I found that insulting. But there were some people out here who said they want to riot. And I said, no, no, no. This is riot with your pocketbooks. Riot with your wallet, your purses, your credit card, and just common sense. You know, people say, well, how can you affect change by not buying certain things? Let me tell you something. When Paula Dean was cut from her various endorsements, people kept saying, why would they do that to her? And those corporations realized that, yo, we got black customers that come in here. If black customers stop going to Walmart for 2 weeks, Walmart loses profit. Walmart is on a stock exchange. Target, Kmart, you name it. And they realize that those businesses they have are black dependent. Think about how many blacks go into Kmart on a daily basis, or Target, or Walmart, or Home Depot. So they wasn't going to take that risk. So just think about the companies or the people in the media that were supporting George Zimmerman. If y'all don't know, Sean Hannity them basically donated money to Zimmerman cause, basically used Fox as a cover to promote an agenda. So if you have Comcast or DirecTV, you can sit there and say, you know what, I don't want these channels anymore. So instead of you having HBO or Showtime, take those channels away. That's potential money loss. Or you contact Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or whatever corporations that advertise on their network to say, you know what, you advertise on Fox, you advertise on CNN. You know what, we're not gonna come to your restaurant for the next 4 months. Watch what happens. Florida, you got Universal Studios and Disney Studios. Whether they close to Sanford or not, and black folks say, you know what, or people in good countries say, we're not gonna go down there unless you donate, let's say $1 million to Trayvon Martin Memorial Fund or whatever organization that fights this type of stuff. Watch what happens. We have power. We've been conditioned to think that, oh, we can't do anything. This is why I've stated before, you must get off your behinds and use your vote, because that vote is power. If it wasn't, the Supreme Court would have not gone after voter rights. Everything is connected. As soon as we as black people understand our worth and our power, they won't keep doing this. And I say this again, brothers and sisters, stop telling your sons and daughters there's no hope. That's the wrong mindset. Use your pocketbooks. That's how the civil rights movement was able to take a hold. When they said, do the Montgomery bus boycott, we ain't riding your fucking buses no more. And look what they did. They thought that brothers and sisters couldn't keep it up. They went a year without riding buses. What did they do? They took off those restrictions of black passengers. We have the power. It's just that the problem is we got people in our community too willing to compromise and shake hands and smile and coon. I'm sorry, the cooning days are over with. Either you're with us or against us.
Exactly. And as you guys can see, this entire video, there is an image that says the Quiet Riot. And it lists the corporations that basically financially support the Stand Your Ground law, voter suppression, and fund the legislation and the growth of prison industrial complexes, okay? And it's called by bankrolling ALEC, okay? And as you can see, you've got American Express, AOL, Arizona Public Service Company, AT&T, Bank of America, Burger King, Chevron Corporation, Coca-Cola, Comcast, Conway, Coors Brewing Company, Cracker Barrel, Nestle, McDonald's. These are places that are supporting our oppression. So what we can do is simply boycott and not put our money into these corporations and businesses. Now, I understand some of this is going to be it's going to be a bit hard, because I understand, all of us pretty much have cell phones and things like that. However, just because you're with Verizon or AT&T doesn't mean that you have to go to the app stores, okay, and buy apps for your phone, you know, to support that. You can still have a phone, but you don't have to put more money than you have to into the company. Places that we can easily boycott: McDonald's, Burger King. And quiet as it's kept, you shouldn't be eating there no way. It's making you fat and making you unhealthy. Okay? We don't have to go to Walmart. We don't have to go to Wendy's. We don't have to get our insurance from Geico. Okay? We don't have to support FedEx, eBay. We don't have to buy Dell computers. We don't have to go to T-Mobile and get phones. You know, it's just different places that we can clearly boycott. And like Mr. Superboy said, we definitely don't have to go to Disney World or Disneyland. It's too expensive as it is for most people to attend it anyways. So, it is what it is. We don't have to put money into companies, corporations, and businesses who do not support us in the first place. Okay? If we can shut down Paula Deen, and if we can, and 50 years ago, 56, almost 60 years ago, shut down the Montgomery busing, then we can damn sure shut down these companies, these businesses, and these corporations. It's time for black people to really organize and come together and fight for a common goal. This black gender bashing and all that, it has to stop because it's not important, and all it does is divide the community up even more, and it's already divided and multiplied and divided and multiplied. It's time to get off of that and come together for a common cause. We need to get justice, equality, and rights restored back to African Americans and black people. Notice I'm not saying people of color, because a lot of people of color don't even view themselves as people of color. They think that they're white. Let's just put it for what it is. You have a lot of Hispanics who do not think they have African ancestry in them. And this is another thing. If they don't want to stand with us, then we don't need to associate ourselves with them. Really simple. Okay? Because I find it strange how we can always rally and protest for other groups, other ethnicities, other, you know, disenfranchised, deprived, oppressed people. But when it comes to our issues and problems, nobody wants to help us. So, for now on, if they can't stand with you, then we don't need to associate with them. You have anything else to say?
Oh, yes. You mentioned Comcast. How many know that Comcast had bought part of NBC? They're co-owners and they own Universal Studios. Now, everybody has local affiliate, NBC affiliate. You write in, flood the network and say, you know what, we're going to watch ABC for, no, we don't want to watch a network, right? Flip on ABC or another channel, right? Or turn to a local radio station to get your news or whatnot. Just go on the internet for a while. But make sure it has no affiliation with anything with Comcast. And then watch the ratings suffer, the ad revenue suffer. And then the people in New York, they say, wait a minute, okay, why are people boycotting Comcast? Then switch your cable provider, because it's not just DirecTV or Comcast. You have local providers as well. See, there's ways around this, but I know, like you said, it's hard because these companies have been merged into things. But McDonald's make a lot of their money off black people, okay? They sit McDonald's in our neighborhoods, but have you noticed when you go to a McDonald's in a predominantly black neighborhood, who the hell do you see working in there? Hispanics, or so-called Hispanics, right? Then on the weekend, they put the black men and black women and black kids in like they don't have a life, but you let people come in this country illegally and give them cover. You know what I mean? And then when Black History Month, they come out, put a post of Dr. King, and we should overcome the rest of the year. You said to the black community, we're going to give you this high sodium ass food, high prices, and we're not going to invest back into the community, which we made our profit from. That to me is the ultimate slap in the face. We need to question the schools, how to educate our children. Parents, grandparents need to go up to these schools and do surprise visits and ask, hey, how are you teaching my son, my daughter, my grandchild? We have power we're not using. We're waiting for men and women who are in their damn 60s and 70s to keep fighting for us. Reverend Jackson's not going to be around forever. Reverend Sharpton, Mr. Farrakhan, they've done their part. It's time for us, those of us in our 20s, our 30s, our 40s, to step the hell up.
Exactly.
We have power. We have power, and like you said about these friends. Let me break it down to you. And you would think by now we would learn. The Jewish community, no, excuse me, the